Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Anne Manera, and welcome to today's live color along. Today we are coloring in the style of Andy Warhol. We're going to learn a little bit about Andy Warhol today and have some fun coloring. So, we are still using a page from Color Along Volume 11 as we wait for the rest of the room to fill. And you can find this page in Color Along Volume 11 book. Let's see if I can find the page. So good morning, everyone. How is everyone this morning on this 18th day of March? Good morning. Good morning to everyone. Good morning, Alice. Hey, good morning, Julie and Chris. Good morning, Judy. Good morning, Mamie. I see that Lisa has joined us. Good morning, Lisa. Who else is here with us this morning? I see Diana is here. Hey, Diana, I'm going to save myself a message and tell you that your books have been ordered. So save myself the typing. We're going to take a look at, we're going to color along in the Andy Warhol style this morning. And then we're also going to take a look at my new color palette book, a reference guide to picking colors for coloring pages. And we're going to take a look at that book, which is available on Amazon as a Kindle version. Hey, Alexandra and Lynn, available as a Kindle version and also available as a paperback. And I'm so excited that my paperback version is on its way to me, or at least I think it's on its way to me. It takes a while when I order a book for myself. How's my lighting? My desk is messy today. My camera angle is a little weird today. I don't know. I'm a little out of sorts this morning. Good morning, Cheryl. Bad internet at the hotel. Oh, Lynn is on vacation. How cool is that? They need to fix that, right, Lynn? Let's get this out of here. Go back to my book. So, a lot of people have been signing up for coloring camp. That's really cool. And coloring camp begins on April 28th. What else is going on? Color Along Volume 11 begins on May 13th. Color Along today, Color Along on Wednesday. This Saturday is our third meeting for our painting workshop, painting membership. I've got to get Paisley something, of course. She says good morning. What's happening here, girls? Huh? How about if we do this and this, okay? There you go. Painting membership is this Saturday. We're painting a monochromatic style painting. So I'm really excited about that one. That one's going to be a lot of fun. That's a lot of fun, that group. We have a lot of laughs. I don't know. We just have fun painting. Don't you think, Lynn? Lynn and Dawn and Martha is there. And we just kind of crack up all the time. All right, let's see if I've gotten everybody in here. Good morning, Sarah. Hey, so I have, what's the other news I have as we wait for everyone to get here? I started a new group yesterday, and I started a, kind of like not really an artist group, but it's for people that would like to publish a coloring book or publish a book of their own artwork, or maybe you have a book that you'd like to publish. Maybe you've written a novel, or maybe you've written poetry, or maybe you have an interest in publishing a cookbook, or maybe gathering your child's artwork and putting it into a book, or maybe you have kids that are so in awe of creating a book. I remember when I was a little kid, I actually put a little book together. It was called The Red Spotted Dog. I wish someone had saved it. And I put it together with my own little drawings and stapled it together. Stapled paper together. It was like my very first book. I don't even know how old I was. Probably less than 10. Between 5 and 10, I guess. So maybe you have kids that want to put a book together. And you know what? Self-publishing is actually so easy. Anyone can do it. So a lot of people have been asking me lately to give them a hand or give them some tips, or I've talked to people and they've said to me, and I've talked to other artists and they have said to me, boy, you have a lot of knowledge about this. You've done this for so long. You've done so many books, and this should be a course. So I'm working on creating a course for people about self-publishing, but mostly kind of geared towards the artist or the novice. It's not really geared towards people, and maybe there's a little bit more that's geared towards people that have been doing this for a while, as far as how to market them and how to promote them and maybe just sharing some of the things that I use every single day. So if you're interested in joining that group, head over to the Just Color Coloring group. There's a link there. You can take a look. Anyone can join, and if you're interested in publishing something, maybe you want to publish a novel, there's some people that have joined because of that. Other people have joined because they want to take their own photographs and turn them into a grayscale coloring book, and we'll take a look at that, and I'll walk you through the steps and point you in the right direction, and take it from there. So the only other thing that happens after that is that it's up to you as the person creating the book to kind of take it and follow through with the steps. So I'll be kind of offering some tips, answering questions in that group. And if you're someone that has already published coloring books and you've been in this business for a while and in this industry for a while, and you would like to talk about or learn about ways to promote your coloring books, or ways to promote your artwork, or market yourself or brand yourself, then I'll be sharing some information about that too. I'll be sharing some systems that I have in place for every day, some tracking forms that I use on a daily basis, on the publishing side of things anyway, the artwork side of things anyway, and learn about how I actually able to pump out a book so quickly, because people are like, how do you get that book out so quickly? It's the same thing. It's like a template. It's a cookie cutter type thing. So that's kind of my news about that new group. But on the other hand, on the other side of things, we're here this morning to color this page from Color Along Volume 11. And this is a page that can also be found in my coloring book, Itsy Bitsy. Itsy Bitsy is all about smaller versions of pages that are in other books. I love anything in miniature. I always like watching miniature cooking. I always like watching like the mini palette stuff. Anything mini. Go to the supermarket. Do you ever see those little frying pans that are kind of hanging there? They make like one egg. It's like all that stuff. Miniature. A lot of people are obsessed with miniature. I guess I'm obsessed with miniature. I don't know what it is. So I decided to put this book together, Itsy Bitsy. Of course, do I have a copy of it? I don't even think I have a copy of it here with me this morning. That's what Itsy Bitsy is. So we're gonna take a look at this. We're gonna take a look at this Andy Warhol style packet that we've got put together. So if you are a member of the Color Along Volume 11 group, which means you own this book, you have been emailed a PDF packet for this. Let me just catch up to these comments here. Hey, good morning, Beth and Heather. Lisa's saying love all the helpful info stuff coming out, and new palette book, new group. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of not break away from coloring books at all. That is not my intent at all. But I just think that it's not a nice segue to have that color palette book, and there'll probably be another color palette book because you can never have too many color palettes. And then I have my new book that came out yesterday, I think it was, Mindless Mandalas. Was that yesterday? Mindless Mandalas, maybe that was Saturday. And it is coloring pages that have color palettes along the bottom of the page. So that's an easy way to learn how to color, kind of like a step up from the color by number. Who feels like referencing the numbers? You can just color in that way. Chris is saying, can we refer artists to your group? Sure, you can refer an artist to the group. If they want to join, they're welcome to join. Totally up to them. I'm leaving it open. I'm not going to push anyone to join it because I've been part of artist group before where everyone kind of like pushed themselves into the group and it really didn't end up having any value. So I want to just kind of, if people want to be there, they want to be there. I don't want anyone to be there that doesn't want to be there. That's my only rule. If you don't, I just want people to be there that want to be there. So, Andy Warhol style. Let's talk about Andy Warhol for a few minutes. Who was Andy Warhol? Hey, Andy Warhol is a very, very popular artist from the 20th century. He's no longer living, and he started out. What's the matter? I gotta get Paisley something. She's not into Andy Warhol apparently. Tell you, Paisley, what's wrong, baby? Here. Come here. I'll give you this. Come here. Come here. So Andy Warhol started out as a graphic designer or illustrator in New York City, and kind of the middle of the 20th century, like the 60s. Can't even believe that's like the middle of the 20th century when you think about when the 60s were. And he really focused on blurring that line between art and mainstream media. And He's most popular for this painting that we see here, which is the Campbell soup cans. And he's most popular about the repetition and changing the colors that were there. So I have a couple of different paintings here that he's the most famous for, or kind of most recognizable for Andy Warhol's artwork. And we have Campbell soup cans here, which is in repetition. He's done several of those. And then this one on the bottom is called Marilyn Monroe, and it was just really about created at the time of Marilyn Monroe's, in her heyday, and the death of Marilyn Monroe, and the use of different colors or repetition, and he did a lot of these different styles. So what we're going to do today is take a look at this page here, which is from which is in Color Along Volume 11, also can be found in Itsy Bitsy. And we're going to color this in the style of Andy Warhol and take a look at this Marilyn Monroe style painting and how he actually kind of changed the colors. I mean, who has pink hair? Or maybe people who do have pink hair. I was going to say who has pink hair. But people could have pink hair, right? Or we're going to kind of just change the different colors throughout it. So we've got the same image, but colored in 6 different ways, or 6 different color palettes. And I thought this would be a great way to take a look at the use of the color palette book also, because you can actually take different color families. So I'm going to pop that on the screen in a couple of minutes. So you can use any medium today. You can use markers, you can use crayons, you can use colored pencils, gel pens. I'm going to use Faber-Castell grip markers only because I just kind of think it's easier to color these, for me anyway, while I'm doing a live video with these markers. So I'm going to use these Faber-Castell grip markers. I love these markers. They're like the never-ending marker. I don't know if anyone else has them, if anyone else agrees with me. So this Marilyn Monroe painting, bright colors, limited palettes, and colors that just may not make sense for where they're actually placed. Maybe her face shouldn't be pink. Maybe her hair shouldn't be yellow. But really just kind of a little bit of a difference in that color. And you can take a look at the Andy Warhol PDF packet that everyone has received in an email. And if you did not get that, please make sure you send me an email back and let me know that you did not get that. So the first thing I want to do is take a look on my iPad at the... See if it actually will flip. Hey, it flipped. I don't believe it. I don't believe it flipped. So this color palette book is... a Kindle version book. It's also available as a hard copy book, a paperback version. And it comes along with the color wheel, and then it comes along with basic color schemes. And it also comes along with, so these are our color schemes. There's 56 of these circles. And this is a really good way to kind of tell what colors will go together, especially when we're coloring in this style and coloring along and taking a look at Andy Warhol. So maybe we want to take this family of colors, for example, right here, with this golden yellow, brighter yellow, a turquoise, a purple, a hot pink, and a red. And maybe those are the colors that we would like to actually color one of those mandalas with. So we can use this book as our reference as we're coloring along today. This book also has, which I'll go to the end. Can I go to the end? Has color palettes, which are created not from stock photography, but from my actual either finished coloring pages or from painting. So here's a finished coloring page. And there's 4 colors that you can use. Here's one of my paintings as reference for as you're coloring. Am I able to watch Saturday morning with you? Barbara's asking. No, unfortunately, that painting group is a closed group. And it's for members only, so you need to be a paid membership, and that's how we gather together, because it's just strictly a class. Sometimes I go live. I actually just paint live on my Facebook page, and for those you could actually just kind of watch, Bob. But anyone is able to join. You can join at any time, actually. It's $14.99 a month, and we're painting on a variety of different surfaces. Can I remove the pinned comment? Yes. That's a pain in the neck, isn't it, Bob? Thank you for reminding me. Did you have pink hair, Sarah? Is that what you're saying? Hey, good morning, Bonnie Miller. Paisley says good morning to everyone. She's being a little bit of a fuss budget today. Paisley, you're being a fuss budget today. What's up? She's being a fuss budget. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at one of these. I'm going to use this one, for example. Let's use this kind of variety of color here. I'm actually going to use this one here. See if we can see that on the screen. Can we still see that if I put it over there? All right, let's get Paisley to be quiet. Paisley, what is up, girl? Okay, there you go. I don't know how my lighting will be with this, but we're going to give it a try. Oh, here you go, Scarlett. Okay. So let's see where we're at here. Pink hair, red, my comment, I think is funny. Read my comment, I think it's funny. I think it's funny, too. So I guess that was the only time you had pink hair. People don't have a sense of humor when it comes to the color of hair, right? All right, so I've got some different colors. So let's go with this color palette here up in this upper left-hand corner for this one here. So first I'm going to start with some pink. And I'm going to add, doesn't make a difference where I put the color. I'm hoping these markers don't run out because every time I say that, I have a marker that just is like an abundance of ink in it and just never ever runs out. Never fails that the marker starts to run out, right? It's like, I should never have said that. Spoke too soon. I think it's going to be okay though. This is a really good set of markers. If you don't have this set and you are looking for a set of markers, this is a wonderful addition. I actually need to buy another set. I think it's like $8 or something crazy. Some crazy low price. Look at that. It's already running out. Can you even believe it? I gotta get another marker. I'm gonna have to break out my Crayola Super Tip to make up for it. That's okay. How embarrassing. This is embarrassing. I should have never said that these markers just kind of had an overabundance of ink. So, you know, Andy Warhol is he's just really iconic for that Campbell soup can, you know? It's just amazing. I'm going to go back over these too because I feel like it's just not the same. It's not the same color. I know these markers are available on Amazon. I have to look for another set, actually. I don't really color with markers as much as I color with colored pencils. They're not really my go-to set, my go-to medium. Here's red. I'm going to go with this red. And I'm going to put some red here. Now, a lot of people have a lot of criticism about red going with pink. They're kind of in the same color family. It kind of reminds me of people that wear like red pants with a burgundy shirt. Now we've got a yellow. Here's my golden yellow. I'm going right around the whole thing. I'm going to color this middle section here. Oh, another marker that's about to fail me. Isn't it crazy? Hey, this page, Julie, is... I'm going to get my Crayola Super Tips. These Faber-Castell grit markers have been fired. To answer Julie's question, this page can be found in either Color Along Volume 11 or in Itsy Bitsy, or this page originally in a bigger version, this mandala is from Mandala Delight. So it's kind of a repurposed type of book, but it's fun because it has a lot of these different styles of pages that are smaller. Chris is answering that question. Thank you. Those markers work very well on Amazon paper. They do. I agree with you, Heather. I totally agree with you. All right, now we've got a brighter yellow, so I'm going to go with this brighter yellow. I'm just going to call it brighter yellow, you know? And then we've got two more colors after that, turquoise and purple, right? So I'm going to go in between here. So there's my yellow. And then we've got a turquoise color going on there. I'm going to call this turquoise. I think that could be pretty well. Oh, no, maybe this is even better. This is a better match. And I'm going to put my turquoise in the background here. Oh, you know what I should have done? Where is my head? I should have put a piece of paper behind there. Hang on. I really do know what I'm doing. Isn't that sad? I really do. Okay. This isn't the first time I've colored, seriously. Where's my turquoise? Okay. Whew. Goodness. Heather's popping a link for those Faber-Castell grip pens. How much are they, Heather? Did you happen to notice that? I'm being lazy and asking that question. Wouldn't it be cool if Faber-Castell sponsored a giveaway? That would be awesome. I don't think they're interested, though. I don't know if Faber-Castell is watching. If you're watching Faber-Castell, please let me know. One of those days, I know, Bev. Isn't it crazy? So it looks like spring's on the way. Does anybody else have snow? Or is anybody in the Midwest that is experiencing all that flooding? My goodness. Just can't even believe the pictures that I'm seeing. $8. $8. I can't even believe they're $8, Heather. That's an incredibly good price. I think I may order a set for myself today. I may splurge. Buy myself a goodie. All right, now we've got some purple. It could be kind of like this color. I'm not really sure if that's it, but maybe it's more like this color. I'll go with this purple. And I'm going to color the outer portion here with this purple. And of course, I could have done any type of technique on this. I could have done dots. I could have blended colors if I wanted to. If I wanted to make that, well, you couldn't have made any of these colors, actually. Maybe the turquoise you could have made with a little bit of blue and green. I mean, blue and yellow. Let's make green with blue and green. Oh, my goodness. Should I go back to bed? I don't know. Should I begin again? Hey, we had some snow yesterday. Really, Bev? Oh, my goodness. Maybe it's not finished yet. Beautiful weather here in St. Louis. No flooding here. Oh, thank goodness. That's what Alexandra's saying. We've got a dusting of snow last night. We're in Judy's neck of the woods. Oh, my goodness. Really? We had some really nice weather here yesterday, too. The sky has been so blue. I just cannot even believe it. See, everybody makes mistakes with the putting paper behind something, right? Not or forgetting. Do you really still have 2 feet of snow, Bonnie? Thank God the snow has melted in my world. Okay, so so there's my version of that mandala there. Let's flip around and see if I can find another color palette that I would like to use or another color scheme. So this is a good one to use a color scheme for. I kind of like this one right here with this orange, lighter orange, with those shades of green. But I don't know if I really have those to match them all for right now, since my markers are failing me today. But I kind of like this one. This is a good one. So let's go with this one here. And I'm going to start with this palette right there for this one. So I've got yellow first, kind of going around. This is not a good yellow. Boy, is every marker gonna just not work today? I'm telling you, maybe I need to go back to bed. Hey, Abby, what is happening? Abby, I'm having one of those days where I think maybe I should just, like, start over. I don't know. Okay. So these mandalas that are were hand drawn. These are not drawn with the aid of the computer at all. And I remember drawing this book, and kind of starting out with little points. This was a cool book to draw, actually. All right, so we've got that yellow. Now I'm going to go with a golden yellow, which is more of this one. And let's go with this one in the middle again. So a little similar to what I have here, because I'm kind of carrying that same color through. Paisley, you're the one who should be embarrassed, honey. What are you doing? What's the problem, baby? Bev is saying, did I leave the box open? No, Bev, I think that they're just old. I think I just had it for a long time. All right, I've got this kind of turquoise color here. I'm going to use that one. And I've got to get Paisley to be quiet. She's just being a little fuss budget today. I don't know what it is. Do you have to go outside, Miss Paisley? Do you have the other one? Leave her alone, please. Come here. Want to switch, Paisley? Here you go. Okay, gotta get the dog settled. That's the most important, right? I think I've used them a lot. Hey, Marianne. Hey, Marianne, happy birthday. I know it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to Marianne. I saw it today. I saw it posted. A lot of people have birthdays around this time of year, don't they? March, April. I mean, February and March, I noticed. All right, so there's my kind of a bright neon green or like a lime green color. And then I've got my turquoise. And I think for my turquoise, I'm going to use it on this edge, on these sections here. So feel free to share this video if you'd like to. I'm not having a very good time staying in the lines today. I don't know. Maybe I should just purposely color this with as many mistakes as possible and have as many things go wrong. And then I won't feel like anything has gone wrong. Right? Hey, Jamie. All right, so I've got that area going on. Now I have a lighter blue. Kind of almost like a grayish. I think I kind of like this one to be the one. So there's this color scheme. I don't really call these color palettes as much as I call them color schemes because they're just kind of colors that go together. Colors that look good together. Maybe they're families of colors. Maybe they're colors that are kind of like next to each other. They're neighbors on the color wheel. Or maybe they live across the street from one another on the color wheel. So that type of thing. And then I've got a green color, kind of a darker green. I'm going to go with this one right here. I think that's a good one. And for the middle section, I'm going to go with some dots. Just to kind of shake things up a little bit. Okay, so there's my little dots right there. Kind of have to concentrate when it comes to the dots, doesn't it? Don't you? And then I do have these little kind of dots in the middle of those and those points. I'm going to leave them the way they are. Thank you, Bev. All right, so now let's move on to another one. I've got this one down here. Let's see what else, what other color palette. Oh, this is a cool one right there with that brightness. Look at that bright blue. So we've got this color here. Maybe not so much. Maybe, let's start out with this turquoise color again. So we've got that color right there. And I'm going to put the turquoise in the middle this time. So this one will not have yellow. And maybe you want to just kind of color them all the same, you know, just kind of repetition, which is what happened with the Campbell soup cans. And then we've got kind of a bright blue. I'm going to go with this one. This is going to be my bright blue. So there was my turquoise. Here's my bright blue. And I'm going to put my bright blue behind here. And then what else do we have? We have that kind of a like a lightish green color, I guess. Almost like a light blue. We're going to go with this one. And for that one, I'm going to add this to this section here. I'm going to put some dots. So, I mean, it's almost like swatching, I guess. Rather than swatching, you've got the color palette to choose from, the color design, color scheme to choose from. Good morning, Bonnie. So there's a free page from my new book, Mindless Mandalas, that you can get on my website. And there's also a free page you can get on my website to celebrate April the Giraffe's new baby, the little boy that was just born. So there's a giraffe page on the website that you could, to help celebrate her birth. This color, well, I've got this one, and I'm going to use this one. Okay. So I'm going to use this one for my purple. There's my purple color. There's the cap. And I think I'm going to actually put some lines just to kind of make them fancy. Got that one. And then I've got this one. I'm going to kind of make my lines kind of turn. Hello, Miss Paisley. If you get the paperback version of this book, the link is, I don't know if I put a link. Let me see if I can put a link. If you get you can get the paperback version of this book. It's $15.99, or you can get the Kindle version of this book, which is only $4.99. If you were to purchase the paperback version of this book on Amazon, it gives you the option to purchase the Kindle version for only $1.99. Does that make sense? Hey, Omana. All right, so here is the colorist. I have to. This is the Kindle version. And then let me find the link to the this is the paperback version. I think it has a lot of information and a lot of info. I'm in the Eastern Zone. I'm on the East Coast, Mama. What time zone are you in? Give this and then here's my lighter purple here. So for those of you that are just joining us this morning, we are coloring this page in the style of Andy Warhol. Right, Scarlett? I've got to let Scarlett outside. Well, I got to let this ink dry too, because it's kind of smudging a little bit. I'm coming, Scarlett. Isn't the top one pretty? So I'm using I'm using the schemes in the color palette book, Amana. And we're coloring kind of in the style of Andy Warhol today, focusing on maybe how you have Leaf Blower Man there. Leaf Blower Man has not been out lately. Focusing on kind of like the Marilyn Monroe style painting that Andy Warhol did, where he just kind of that iconic version of that pop art style to color different things where maybe their colors are not supposed to be. So the same image, that type of thing. Yeah, I'm an hour ahead of you then. So there's that. I like this color combo, actually. This pink and this turquoise. I mean, this purple and this turquoise. Two versions of purple. All right, so what other color do we have here? We've got kind of a lighter turquoise there. And I'm going to go with this lighter turquoise for that. And this is a deceiving marker. I didn't expect that color blue to look like that. And now, what other color is missing here? So we've got this turquoise. We have not done that one yet. We've that dark blue, purple blue. Okay, we've got this one. So kind of in between, an in-between color. Almost like, I'm going to go with this one for my edges. So it's kind of a greenish blue, I guess. Some people use this book to make like a game for kids, match game. You know, when you turn things over, you make a matching game, because in this book are some cards. Well, they look like little cards, little playing cards, actually. They have animals on them. Thank you, Abby. Hey, Lisa Henderson. How do you see the person who liked your comment to see who it was? I think you just click on the little, like the little thumbs up or heart, and I think that reveals who it is, Sarah. I'm pretty sure that's how it happens. All right, so let's see what other color palette we can choose with this one. Let's see. Here's an interesting one with the orange and the different shades of orange, but I don't know if I'm going to do that one. This is interesting with the pinks. I don't know. I like this one. Let's try this one because it has some brown in it. It's not something you usually grab for a color, right? Usually people like to take, I'm going to go with this for the purple. Usually people do not use brown in a coloring page. I don't know why. I love brown and blue together. I love brown and purple together. Brown and pink looks nice together. So here's my lavender color here. I think brown gets a bad, doesn't have a very good reputation. Even gray. Gray looks good too. Who ate corned beef yesterday? I did not, Alice. Oh, that's right. It's in your notifications. Where do you mean that, though, Sarah? Are you talking about where, I almost forgot which one I was using. Are you talking about where the notification, where it comes up in the chat, or just on a regular coloring page? Like, are you talking about, like, if in this setting? You ate corned beef and cabbage yesterday, Alexandria? I did not. But tomorrow is all about St. Joseph's Day around here, so it should be interesting. All right, now we've got this pink color. I'm going to go with that pink color right there. I guess I'm going to call that red. And kind of go with the dots. I kind of like those. I think they kind of add a little bit of pizzazz to it, I guess. I don't know. Kind of get lost in the tapping of the dots, or the dot making. I was watching someone coloring live one time, and they had an automatic dot maker, and it sounded like either they were getting a tattoo or they were at the dentist. And I was like, how could they possibly do it? Here, when I make a comment, yeah, when you make a comment here and someone likes it or someone gives you the thumbs up, you can go ahead and click on that, hover over that little thumbs up or heart, and it'll reveal who did that. Are you on your phone, a tablet, or a computer? So my answer may not be relevant, may not pertain to what you are using. So I've got these two colors. I've got this lighter color here, my lighter brown. And I'm going to give it a lighter brown here at the outer edge. And this one too. Doesn't really look very light, but I guess it is considered the lighter one. And then I've got my darker brown, but I'm going to switch over to my Faber-Castell. And I'm going to give it a darker brown in here with some stripes. Almost looks like black, doesn't it? Oops. Almost lost that for a second. And then, what color is left? I think my only color that's left now is red. So I'm going to use my Faber-Castell red. I may have to go back in and do something else to those. And I'm going to put some dots here. And of course, you could still pull it, you could still add white to whatever these color schemes are, or add black, because those are kind of the, you know, the argument, the absence of color, or the combination of all colors combined, that type of thing. And then for this one right here, I think I'm going to go with dots again too here. Bonnie's asking a really good question. Do I have to download Kindle on my iPad to download the book? I do have a Kindle, but I would put to put your color. You can, yes, you do. You have to download the Kindle app on your iPad to get it to work, get it to download to as a Kindle book on your iPad. Omana would answer that question. Is that, do you think that's right, Omana? Omana knows about a Kindle book, probably more than I do. What do you think? There's also the PDF version. And some people were asking if you buy the Kindle book, and is it available in iBooks? And I think it was Cheryl that was asking this question last week. And I did find out the answer, and it is not available to do it that way. However, once you load it on, you need the Kindle app on your iPad, which is free. Get the Kindle app, put it on your iPad, it'll download into your iPad. You can look at it through the Kindle app on your iPad, but if you want to import it into iBooks, you can. Does that make sense? All right, yeah, that is right then. Okay, thanks, Omana. Alice is saying, for years I didn't like corned beef because I only had it if someone else made it, and I always was boiled and had lots of fat. But 3 years ago, I found a recipe in the crock pot, and it was year-round corned beef cut. So I tried it, and now I love it. I love it, too, but it just has too much salt for me. I don't really like to eat a lot of salt. All right, so there's my version of this one. Let's see what other one. Kind of like that one. It's kind of fun, right? Kind of like, oh, this one is kind of cool because it's very pastel. It reminds me of Easter. I don't know why that is doing that, but it's the same one as before, or the same one after. Yeah, it's a little same one as before or after, but it's stretched. I don't know why I did that. I tried to fix it, and it's just not fixing. And, of course, you can make these bigger, right? I'm going to go with this one because I think it's kind of fun. I think it's a fun one. So let's go with some lime green first for this color here. And I'm going to go with lime green in the middle. Lime green. Not lime green. Lime green. Lime green. You know, I read somewhere that not everyone has taste buds to actually taste salt. Has anyone heard that? We have any nurses here with us this morning? Here's a brighter green. And let's go with this for the brighter green. Just kind of bring your eye out from the middle. I've got to go check my dogs. They're being awfully quiet. Hang on, you guys. The doggies are being too quiet. Come back inside, girls. Easter is at the end of April. I know. Can you believe it? Oh, which one was I using? This one. Is it April 21st or 24th, Sarah? What is the date? I think it's the 21st because we have coloring camp that starts on the 28th, and I did that because of Easter, because it was just kind of falling in the wrong. We talked about doing it on, starting it on a Monday, but we're starting on Sunday, April 28th. All right, so there's my darker green. So I'm on this one. Now let's do a lighter blue, which I like this one because I know that this color is going to actually be that. Maybe this was the wrong one. Could it have been? Maybe. Okay, there's that color. And now I've got this brown color, which I have here. And then we've got those 2 shades of red. I'm going to go with the red in the middle, I think, and put this brown here. And put the red at the outer portion. This way it'll kind of bring my eye from the middle to the to outside, to the outer part. Hey, Diana. Good morning. Just stopped by to say hello. I'm not participating today. I am just watching. That's okay, Diana. That's awesome. And now we've got our reds. So here's my Faber-Castell Grip Marker red. And I'm going to color this with a solid color here. So maybe 2 different shades of red. Look how pretty that looks. Almost looks like a little flower. A little bud in between it. And then let's use a different color red. We'll use this one. Super Tip. I feel like I should be saying Superfly every time I say Super Tip. Do you think that the name Super Tip implies that they were actually better than most markers? It would be calling like something the ultimate. Sometimes I wonder if Crayola did that on purpose. I mean, why are they called Super Tips? Are they called Super Tips because they're trying to trick us to think that they're actually super? And they're meaning that they're better than others? I thought about naming a coloring book the ultimate something. And then I stopped myself because I thought that would imply that it is far better than others. And maybe it's not going to live up to the standard of that actual, or live up to the name. I think the sweetest cuts done on the salty taste. Are we still talking about corned beef? Now I want corned beef. And you can use the color wheel and use different shades. Exactly. Yes. I love the color red too, Barb. All right, we've got another one to finish here. And I have to make this one smaller. This one's interesting. A lot of, say, shades of pink, that red, and then those browns. But I'm not going to use that one. We're just going to say it's interesting. Here's an interesting one with this lavender color, but I'll stay away from that one. So based on what I have here, I'm thinking that I will go with, maybe I should do blind pick, right? Maybe I should just kind of close my eyes. Super Freak is playing in my head. It is, at least. It's playing in my head, too. I'm not going to sing it, though. I can't sing it. We don't want to hear me sing. But I'm dancing inside my head. I feel like I'm watching, like, Elaine from Seinfeld dance. You know how she used to dance with her, like, crazy little... I don't know, crazy little way she danced. Here's an interesting one because it has these 2 different shades of purple. Let's do this one. There's 2 different shades of purple. So here's my lavender color. I'm going to pop my lavender in the middle. So after I'm done with this color along, I think I need to go on YouTube and play Super Freak. Rick James. Oh my goodness. Boy, that's really back in the day, huh, Lisa? Okay, now we've got some a darker purple. I'm going to go with this one. This one is not a Crayola Super Tip. This is just a Crayola. And I'll go with this little background here. So kind of fun to maybe discover new colors or maybe look at this color palette book and just kind of say, wow, I never really thought of putting that combination of colors together. Like now I'm going to pull out some gray. And who would think, right? Who would want to put gray in something? Again, another just Crayola marker, not a Crayola Super Tip. And this is a gray. Maybe a little darker than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. Little deceiving, right? The cap looks lighter than the marker. It's one of those surprise things. Kind of like those Pentel Sparkle Pop pens that surprise me all the time. Do you like to be surprised? Are you a person that likes to be surprised or someone that just hates a surprise? Like, should somebody throw you a surprise party, or would you be like, what has happened here? Yeah, old school, right? It's like Rick James, Tina Marie, all of those people. Remember those people? The Time. Remember The Time? Bruno Mars reminds me of The Time. What was his name, that guy from The Time? Now I hear all that song. Now I hear everything in my head. All that music is going on in my head. Don't you hate when somebody gives you a song and it gets stuck in your head? And you're like, oh, no, I can't hear it. All I can hear that is in my head. It's all I can hear. Oh, we've got a hot pink going on. Where's hot pink? And then that color, I'm not sure what that color is. It kind of looked like maybe an eggplant. No surprises for Chris. Really, Chris? Yeah, I don't know if I'm really a fan of surprises either. I mean, unless someone showed up with like a Porsche in my driveway, maybe, or a Mercedes, maybe that would be okay with me. Or maybe if someone knocked on my door and they said, here's $1 million, maybe that would be okay. But I'm not sure if I would like any other type of, not too many surprises I would like. Would you like that type of surprise, Chris? If someone knocked on your door and said, here is $1 million. And it was Austin Powers. No. Okay, now I'm cracking myself up. Kind of weird, isn't it? See, this is why it's better to have a co-host, because you know what? I sit here and I'm just like laughing all by myself. All right, now we need some red. Let's get real. This is red color right here. It's kind of like a brick. Now I'm thinking of Brick House. That other song. Go with this red here. Who sang that song, Brick House? I know you're singing it too. Well, I bet Lisa's singing it. Lisa and I think, have the same taste in music. I love the Empire CD. And poor Jussie Smollett. Can you believe what's happening with the Empire? Does anyone else watch Empire? The whole Jussie story. I mean, I'm not saying that I feel bad for him. How crazy is that, right? How crazy is for anyone to go to that extreme? What else have I missed in this one? Oh, that eggplant color. Oh, behave. There's Austin Powers, right? Oh, Austin. Okay, we've got this color here, which I'm not even sure what this color is. It's brownish. I'm going to go with it. But I'm not going to put a solid color here. I'm going to put some more dots. I don't even know if I like Austin Powers. I think he kind of is a little bit annoying. I should get Abby. Abby, sure. You want to co-host, Abby? Go for it. My daughter's boyfriend threw her a surprise party, Chris is telling us, a surprise party for her, and she ran in her bedroom crying. Well, you know, some people have surprise parties for people that maybe can't, I'm not saying that your daughter can't handle it emotionally, Chris. I'm not implying that at all, but some people have surprise parties for people that maybe they are too old for it. Like, don't give a surprise party to someone with a heart condition, or maybe someone that's going to turn like 100. I don't know. Jessie broke my heart. I know, me too, Lisa. Isn't it awful? Like, what goes on in people's life? Like, well, you know what? I'll tell you this. The first time I ever got a review on, I mean, I'm not comparing myself to being like a star of the Empire show, but I'm going to tell you. The very first time I ever got a bad review on one of my books on Amazon, I was devastated. I was like, I cannot even believe that somebody would say such a horrible thing. So, see, Omana's agreeing. It breaks my heart too. Breaks her heart too. I just could not believe that it's tough, you know? So it got to the point now where I don't read any reviews, because, I mean, every once in a while I'll look, but I try not to. Really, really try not to. And when I really do look, I really just kind of ignore it. And I don't really want to be involved in what is there for those reviews, because people just say some mean things, and I think that a lot of people just want to I think people just people just don't know how to handle the criticism. So if you're someone that's in the public eye like that in the media, it's just, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. Bonnie's saying that would be a good surprise as long as you don't get stuck paying taxes for the surprise. I think you probably would, Bonnie. No kidding. I'm not ready for my first bad review. Well, you know what? a good review, a bad review, at least if somebody, I was talking to somebody about this morning, negative criticism or negative comments are only made because, and I should write down what I was talking to Ava this morning about. I don't know if Ava's still watching. But negative comments are only made to people because they care, the person making the negative comment cares enough, right? So if you don't like something and you voice your opinion, it's because you have some sort of passion towards that. So think of that when you get a negative review or a bad review, that at least they took time to do it because they hated it that much. Right? So it's almost as bad as I have to write down what I was talking to Ava about, because it was like, I gotta go copy and paste that, write down what I was talking about. So I'm gonna take a look through this book while we're still chatting here. Did they ever say why he did it? I don't know. I haven't followed the story to the point where I don't know why he would do it. I guess maybe he was, I don't know. I would think that he wasn't feeling like he was being recognized enough, maybe by the show, or I don't know. Does anybody else know? Barb says, I hate when that happens. When you have a song in your head and you can't get rid of it, I hate it. Me too. Oh, Aunt Becky. Aunt Becky. Don't even get me started about that. Isn't that a crazy story? That's like, thank you, Amana. I'll have to get that. And I have to write down what I was talking to Ava about, because I surprised myself that I was saying, did you ever say something? You're like, wow, I can't believe I just said that. Oh, thanks, Ava. Ava's telling us they said he was trying to get paid more money for publicity, right? So he did it as a publicity stunt to then turn around and say, hey, you guys, I want to get paid more money. Isn't it crazy? I love that show, too. I really do. I love the music. I've listened to the soundtrack many times while drawing coloring books. Hey, Adina. It's very crazy. He's really talented. They're all talented on that show. I know a lot of the words of every song. But the whole thing with the college scandal and the college acceptance with I just call her Aunt Becky. I'm not going to call her by her real name, because I'm just going to call her Aunt Becky. And she that really disgusts me. Really disgusts me, because I just cannot even believe it. And you know what the most amazing part to me is that how quickly I saw an ad for When Calls the Heart the other day, and I think it was like the day after, and they had already photoshopped her out of the ad for Empire, and for When Calls the Heart. We're talking about Empire, Chris. Do you watch Star? No, I don't. I don't watch Star. Is that good? I haven't watched Empire since I don't have that. I don't know, since I got Netflix, I'm kind of hooked. But I do have Hulu, so I should go back and watch Empire on Hulu. But then I get annoyed with the commercials. Does anyone else have that happen to them? So I'm flipping through my Color Palettes book as we're talking about all this crazy mainstream media. Kind of cool that we're talking about Aunt Becky from Full House. You know Aunt Becky from Full House? Sarah? And from Fuller House? Becky? Jesse's wife, Becky. She's the one who was and she's part of that whole college scandal thing where they paid to get their kids into college. Yeah, I haven't seen Star. Is that on Hulu? Wonder if I can watch that on Hulu. I have to look. So this also has these color palettes which are created from my own painting. So here's one painting, which actually some of these paintings are actually available on my website as painting classes, where you can download them as an on-demand. Yeah, I don't want to pay anymore, Ava. I'm good with my 99 cents. Now, I pay 99 cents a month for Hulu. I mean, I should just suck it up and just watch a stupid commercial, right? You know how many thousands of kids are in debt because of college and they pay to put their kids there? It makes me so mad, too. I agree with you, Dawn. People are paying college loans off well into their 60s, you know? College is very expensive, and student loans are outrageously expensive. I mean, you go to college and you're like, oh, get a bachelor's degree. And then they kind of say, oh, now they encourage you, go get a master's degree. And then the amount of amount of money that for a student loan after a grad school is just outrageous. And then if you're ever told, oh, now you should go on and get a PhD. And I remember when I finished my thesis and they said to me, Okay, the next step now is that you should apply to Brown University and you should get a PhD. And I looked at them, and the first thing I said was, I said two things. I said, first of all, I would never, ever get in. That's crazy. And the second thing I said to them, I could never afford it. I mean, like, it's like 60 grand. It's crazy. The kicker is Aunt Becky's daughter didn't even want to be in college. Isn't that awful? It's awful. I agree with her. Agree with you, Ava. So these have paintings in here, and they are my own paintings that I created the color palettes. On my website, you can actually purchase an on-demand painting class, which I think they're going to be going on sale this week. I have to look. I know I have it scheduled for some time, but I got to look. Here's one of the paintings. I call this Field of Lilacs. This is also available on Online Journal on Amazon. I don't think this is a class yet. This is a class. And this one's available on a pop socket, actually, for the back of your phone. She's catching an unbelievable amount of hate on her social media, especially on her YouTube channel. For her daughter, Ava, so her mother basically ruined her life with this. Oh, no kidding. I agree with you. But isn't she, like, famous for... Why is she a paid... why is she an influencer? Why is she a social media influencer? Is it because of her mother? You know? Yeah, Alice, I agree. Very expensive, right? So here's another one. This is a colored image, actually, this wine. And they just keep going on and on. So this color palette book is on Amazon. Kindle version is what we're flipping through right now. And then it has the color schemes. And there's 56 of those color wheels, and there are 30 color palettes. So the cover looks a little bit different. It's kind of green and turquoise color, but it's on Amazon. So check it out if you have not checked it out already. It's a really cool book. I'm very proud of it. I'm getting the paperback version coming to me soon, and I'll be flipping through that because I can't wait to see that. So today we colored this page in the Andy Warhol style, so that was fun. And we're moving along in this book. So let's see where we're at with this book. Let's see where we're moving to, what we're doing. Let me see. Where is my schedule? Do we have a schedule? We don't. See, it's one of those days. I don't know. I don't know what happened to my schedule. Here it is in an organized place in the beginning of the book. All right, so we've got, we did gel pens the other day. Awesome. Today, Andy Warhol. And on Wednesday, we're using watercolor pencils. That's going to be a lot of fun. And this is a page from Mood Lifters, a coloring book for anxiety, depression, and self-esteem. And is this week something about like a recognizing depression? Chris, I saw you post something about that. Is there something happening this week? I'm not sure. Ava's telling us she's pretty. That pretty much is her job. Oh, great. Being pretty, so I think she had a contract with Sephora, some makeup crap. Way outside of my wheelhouse. Yeah, I'm not a Sephora makeup purchaser either, so. All right, so we've got Never Give Up on Wednesday, which is about watercolor pencils. Can you flip through your new mandala book, please? I would love to if I had a copy of it, Lisa. I can show the video. That's about it. I can pop a link here for the video. Let's pop a link for the video. But that's the only thing I can do. I don't have the book yet. I just ordered it this morning. Thank you, Abby. I just ordered it this morning, and it will be here who knows when. It takes forever every time I order a book because I order it directly from the publisher. And it just does not, doesn't take, it's not like a 2-day thing. So this is a flip through of mindless mandalas, and it has color palettes for inspiration. So take a look at that video. There's the flip through right there. And I was late, but class was great. Hey, thank you, Abby. Thanks for taking the time to watch today, everyone. So I'm going to sign off, and I will be back on Wednesday as we color with watercolor pencils. If you have any questions about the color palette book or the new color palette book, I've commented on a post that someone shared and it really hit home. Yeah, I thought that maybe there was something. I have to take a look at that, Chris. I saw it, but I read it quickly and then said to myself, I need to go back and read this again. questions about today's color along with, I was going to say with Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol. With Andy Warhol. Hey, have a great day, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to join me this morning, and I'll see everyone soon. Thanks.